Hi, I'm Emma. This is Lena. Lena's going to be demonstrating for the video today. I'm going to show you some of my favorite strategies for the transition of moving from downward dog to a lunge. You'll see this in many yoga classes. There's lots of different ways you can make this work for your body. So what is the transition? From a downward dog, this shape, lifting one leg in the air, step forward, and the aim is to move into a lunge pose, a low lunge with the hands on the ground. From there, you might move into lots of different standing poses. This transition is not doable for everyone, so I'm going to show you a couple different ways to do it. For lots of people, when you lift your leg up, you might step your foot part of the way forward, halfway forward, wherever it lands. The trouble with that is it's hard to get into a lunge shape from there. You come up, your feet are too close together, it's too hard to balance. Okay, so one quick shift you can make is to use blocks. Grab your blocks, place them on their lowest setting underneath your hands in downward facing dog, and try this transition again. Lift one leg and try to step forward. The blocks give you more space between your chest and the floor to get your knee underneath. The next few options you can do with the blocks or without the blocks, your choice. This option I call the knee drop ankle hop. This is for when you lift your leg, try to step forward, and your foot comes maybe less than halfway forward. Drop your knee, grab your ankle, hop it the rest of the way forward. Maybe 2 hops you'll need. Then, bam, lift your knee. You're ready for lunge pose or whatever the teacher's gonna throw at you. Let's watch Lena do that one more time. The knee drop, ankle hop. Lift one leg, step, drop your back knee. Grab the ankle, hop it forward, low lunge. Nice. Another option is the knee drop toe shimmy. Very fun. Lift your leg, and if your foot comes more than halfway forward, you can drop your knee and shimmy your toe forward. Lena doesn't even have to drop her knee. That part's optional. Boom. Lunge. Let's watch that one more time. This is you go to step, your foot comes most of the way, you can knee drop and toe shimmy. Badooms. All right. If none of those feel appealing or doable to you, another way to do it is drop down to your knees from downward dog, come up to a kneeling position, maybe with the help of a block, and hop your foot forward. I love this way to do it. Okay. That was a bunch of strategies for making the pose make sense for your body. Another strategy that you can approach a yoga class or your yoga practice with is adapting your body to the pose. So building strength and skill progressively over time. So a couple of ways to do this is to practice that movement of downward dog to plank. You can lift one leg, tuck your knee as you bring your shoulders forward, and go back and forth. As you tuck your knee in, lift your knee up into your belly, widen your shoulder blades, very important. And you can do this 5 or 10 times on each side, take a rest, and then repeat that 2 more times. One thing that's really important in these knee tucks, or down dog push-ups, I sometimes call them, is to make sure your shoulder blades are wide on your back rather than together. So shoulder blades are protracted. Lena's showing wide shoulder blades, together shoulder blades, wide shoulder blades. And you can see that there's a lot less room when the shoulder blades are together to get your knee underneath you. So make sure you're practicing with your shoulder blades wide. You can practice that action and strengthen that movement in a table pose. From hands and knees, squeeze your shoulder blades together, then widen them apart. Together and apart. Try to do this movement without also rounding and arching your spine. It's a little tricky. Once this feels doable, you can do this same movement in a kneeling plank. Take your knees back, move your pelvis a little towards the floor, and try the same action. You'll notice more weight in your hands. It'll be a little trickier, a little harder. You can work up eventually to knees lifted plank, shoulder blade push-ups from here. All right. Lena's going to come onto her back for one last pose or strength building exercise called dead bug push. This movement helps you build strength in your core, which is definitely needed for this transition, as well as hip flexion, drawing the knees strongly into the chest. So you can lift your knees up over your hips, place your hands right on your thighs, and push your hands away as you pull your knees towards you. You might feel your torso start to tremble. It's tricky. And you can push for as long as you can without overdoing it, maybe 15 seconds to start. You can take a rest and slowly build up to doing that push for 30 seconds, a minute, definitely resting in between. One thing to pay attention to as you're doing this push is to keep 3 points of contact with the floor: the back of your head, the back of your shoulders, and the back of your pelvis. Sometimes one of those points will want to curl away from the floor. Keep them down. I hope this video gave you some ideas and let you know that you can be creative in creating options for yourself to make the poses and transitions of yoga work for your body. I'd recommend watching this video again and following along with Lena. Try all the different options and see what works for you.